All eyes are on a federal court in San Francisco today ahead of a major court battle over the Trump administration's decision to deploy the National Guard to Los Angeles, despite those objections from Governor Gavin Newsom. That hearing is likely to reverberate across the country as they debate whether or not the White House overstepped in its response to the ongoing protests and riots in L.A. That's where we find NewsNation's Xavier Walton this morning. Xavier, break down what we're expecting from today and what exactly is at stake here.
Hey, Markie, good morning. Well, what's at stake? Big picture, this afternoon's hearing, you know what it could do? It could set a precedent about presidential power moving forward. But in the short term, it's about who controls the National Guard. And specifically, we're going to hear from, or at least a three-judge panel is going to decide ultimately, determine if the president or California's governor will control the California National Guard. This all centers around President Trump's decision to federalize the state's guard without telling Governor Gavin Newsom, sending troops and Marines into Los Angeles during immigration protests. The big item they'll be focusing on is if these protests in L.A., downtown L.A., did they really meet the criteria of a rebellion, and whether the commander-in-chief violated procedure by not consulting Newsom first, obviously California's governor. The judges will also dig into how wide this deployment really is, including whether using Marines pushes the limits of federal law. We're talking about 4,000 National Guardsmen, 700 Marines, someone just behind us here at this federal building. Federal judge initially ruled that the president acted illegally, ordering the troops back under state control. But the appeals court, well, they said not so fast. And that's what set up today's hearing, Markie.
And so, Xavier, the ball is back in the judge's court. What happens after their ruling comes down, whatever it may be?
Whatever it may be is right. Well, first, I've got to add some important context. Some legal analysts believe this could take weeks to actually get the final ruling. And regardless of that decision, there most certainly will be an appeal. Here's what precedent it could set moving forward, though.
It's a very rare situation to have a dispute where the governor doesn't want the National Guard brought in and the president does. And so this is a national trend-setting case that will have significant impact, not just for President Trump, but for future presidents. So it's a big separation of powers issue, a big constitutional showdown that does affect every other state.
So all eyes here. If the panel sides with President Trump, he keeps control of the California Guard. That ruling would really send a message to every other state and city leader that if they fail to act, Trump may be getting his way and stepping in. If they lift the state, Trump's move declared unlawful, and Newsom gets control back of the guard. He could do whatever he sees fit, Markie. So a lot of eyes, obviously, here in California.
Yeah, a lot on the line here today. Xavier Walton live in Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.